This is a D'Kyr, a Tier 6 Vulcan battleship. The ship is based on the Gneisenau, but it is not German. It is French, but it still does Gneisenau type things. And with that, let's get into the setup of the ship and the commander, which is Commander Spock. The base trait is Live Long and Prosper, which approves the total HP restored by the repair party per 1% of HP lost. So the more you get damaged, the better the restoration, as it looks like here. Inspirations is Colorado, which improves the battleship main battery reload time and shell grouping. Then we have Andrew Cunningham, which improves the battery shell grouping yet again. Here we want with a total accuracy build. Flammable Cannoneer is the first one, which improves the battleship range, main battery range, and shell grouping, but you do take a risk of catching fire. And Gyrating Drill Bits is next, which improves the main gun traverse speed and the main gun armor-piercing shell damage, but that is at the cost of the maximum battleship speed. Then we have Marksmanship, which improves the main battery dispersion, but that takes a hit on the rudder shift time. So the unique skill here is fascinating, and that shouldn't surprise anybody. And the bottom line here, it's a lot of reading, but the bottom line is the damage and shell grouping is increased by each main battery shell hit. So secondaries are improved, basically. Legendary skill is Will to Rebuild, and this improves the amount of HP recovered. It's 73%. Repair party duration is 40%, but that's basically compensated for by the higher amount of HP recovered. Special effect will auto-repair when the HP is equal to or less than 20%, and that happens when you're within 2.75 kilometers of an allied ship. Ranking up to Legendary Rank 4 will go up to 3.5 kilometers. The upgrades for the D'Kyr is pretty simple. Aiming Systems Mod 1, which improves the main battery dispersion, torpedo launcher traverse speed, and secondary battery firing range and its dispersion. Here we went with Propulsion Mod 2, which improves the acceleration of the ship. And then here we went with Concealment System Mod 1. Detectability range and incoming fire dispersion are all improved. And that doubles up the dispersion, incoming dispersion, doubles up on your fully upgraded skin or camo. Ammunition is pretty normal. HE, AP, and torpedoes. We'll check those out in the specs. Consumables, damage control party, duration is 15 seconds, reloads every 80 seconds, and you will not run out of those consumables. Repair party will partially restore the ship's HP by repairing any light damage at the rate of 467 hit points per second. Duration is almost 17 seconds, reloads every 80 seconds, and there are 3 of those. And here we went with the enhanced secondary targeting based on Spock's unique skill. And the secondary battery shell grouping is improved by 100%. Dispersion is improved by 50%. Duration is 30 seconds, and it reloads every 160 seconds. And there are 3 of those consumables. Sonar is next, and torpedo detectability is 3.8 kilometers. Ships is 5.4. Duration is 116 seconds. Reloads every 3 minutes, and there are 2 of those consumables. We're not running any boosters, but that could change depending on the match. Ship comes with a cool D'Kyr premium skin. Sea detectability range and incoming fire dispersion is 4.5% respectively. And you do want to check out the Vulcan flag. Make sure you have that going. Survivability hit points is 54,000 even. Armor is 13 to 360 millimeters with a 22% torpedo damage reduction. Artillery, you have 6 guns. They reach out to 17.1 kilometers, and that is kind of short. Reloads every 26 seconds. Traverse time is 27 seconds. Those are pretty good. HE shells have a maximum of 4,200 with a 32% chance of setting fire. Armor piercing is 12,100 maximum damage. Secondaries, 22 guns. They do go out to 5.8 kilometers. As far as torpedoes, you have 2 launchers of 3 torpedoes each. They're on each side of the ship. They reload every 60 seconds. Maximum damage is 13,700. Range is kind of so-so at 7.5 kilometers. Torpedo speed is just a little bit above average, I think, at 67 knots. AA defenses, it looks pretty good, but at 40 ships now for clear sky, you may not clear the sky, but you will do pretty well in the AA defensive department. Maneuverability, maximum speed is 28.8 knots. Turning circle radius is just over 3/4 of a kilometer. And rudder shift time is pretty long for a battleship. Concealment is 12.6 kilometers by sea, 10.5 by air. And if you're firing into smoke, it's 13.4 kilometers. And then the armor, this is basically Gneisenau armor here. But let's check it out again, just to check it out. And this looks pretty orange right here. So this is actually pretty good Citadel armor, but still you will not be invulnerable. So even though this looks pretty good, you are not invulnerable. Overview, ironclad, above average armor thickness with a greater resistance to all forms of armor. And that is what the armor view did kind of show. And we do have an above average secondary battery firing range. Enhanced sonar, the sonar's range or duration is increased. So then, like most Vulcan ships, the specifications and capabilities of the D'Kyr are largely classified, but you can expect formidable defenses, firepower, and technological surprises. Year of design was 2024. Well, that's it for the setup of the ship and the commander. Let's go out in a standard battle and check out some highlights.
Having is not so pleasing, after all, as wanting.
All right, well, thank you, Mr. Spock. And he can be acquired in the store for 5,000 doubloons. The D'Kyr is also available in the store for $50 or 12,500 doubloons. They are also available in the replicator crates, and the commanders, each of the 4 commanders have a 10% possibility of dropping, and the D'Kyr has a 6% chance of dropping, and those are the ways that you can acquire the ship. And when I first heard about this ship, I was not really expecting much, because I don't really expect much out of the Gneisenau. I really ground that ship quite a bit in my early days of playing the game to be able to unlock the Bismarck, only to find out that at the time, 3 years ago or so, I was really disappointed in the Bismarck. So with this ship, and to be honest, I did not check the specs to see whether the D'Kyr had any different like gun specs or armor specs than the German Gneisenau, the Tier 3 ship. If I find that there was a huge difference, I may make a separate video just about the differences of the D'Kyr and the Gneisenau, but without that video, you can assume that the specs on these ships are essentially the same. But I will admit that the reload on the ship here, on the D'Kyr, did seem a little bit lower than your normal 30-second reload time, and I haven't played the Gneisenau in so long that, to be honest, I'm not 100% sure what its reload time is. I'm going to have to go and double check that, but I didn't have time to do that before I created this video. But I do really like the ship quite a bit, and what I found out about the accuracy of the ship is when Spock was rated below rank 12, all the shells were basically scattered quite a bit. It was kind of brutal. Once I reached rank 12 with the accuracy build, the shells started, the grouping started grouping a lot tighter, and the results were much more accurate than I was getting when Spock was ranked rather low. So I think you want to keep that in mind. Probably want to see if you can rank Spock at least up to rank 12. I have him ranked up to 14 right now. I expect to go to 16 as soon as I can acquire the resources. Yeah, right here we're just waiting for the, I believe that's a cruiser in the smoke right there to come out of the smoke. And I'm just trying to be patient, but the Galissonnire looks pretty good to me. So here you go. Let's check out a zoom in on these shells, and the Galissonnire disappeared, but I think we're going to get some hits right here, and we do. Only 2 hits for 6,800 damage total. We are getting spotted by the aircraft carriers. I believe that's aircraft carrier planes. There is a destroyer over there, but I am, as long as I got a clear shot on the Hyuga, I'm going to take a shot at him. That is a very dangerous ship if he gets out in the open and he has a reload booster going. But looks like we just glanced him, but we got around like 3,500 damage right there. So now the Hyuga is coming around. We are completely broadside, and we are going to power up to make sure that we are not so broadside anymore. I think the Hyuga is pointing in a different direction, and he's probably looking to take out the destroyer over there maybe, but that destroyer is very far away, so I'm not sure what he's looking at, but I don't think the Hyuga was really looking toward us. So there is the Galissonnire. Let's see if we can take him out. It's a pretty good lead right there. He is going behind the island, but I don't think the island is going to be able to help him. But turning out will certainly help him, which is exactly what he's doing. And we still wipe him out with a Citadel hit and a destroyed ship. So, yeah, nothing wrong with the firepower of the D'Kyr. And I guess I'm going to assume the Gneisenau here. We do get a couple torpedo hits, but it was basically no big deal, actually. No floodings. And not really all that much damage, I didn't think. It was just a few thousand per torpedo hit. So there is a Fubuki that is at a great distance. It's going to be sheer luck if I can take out the Fubuki on the shot, but I'm going to try it anyway, and we're going to see what happens. And that looked like a miss. Yeah, there was sort of no way I was going to get that Fubuki, I don't think. Here's a Ranger, and he is right, even though you can see that I have him locked up here. There's no way I think that these shells will hit, because you see where the targeting line here is. So I'm going to close up. Yeah, you can see that I'm just starting to close up, and right as soon as I can get more of the hull here on the horizontal line, I will take the shot, and hopefully this will be enough to do in the Ranger. And we do take the Ranger out with yet another Citadel hit. So both destroyed ships were on Citadel hits. That's kind of amazing. That doesn't happen every day, and that just goes to the firepower of the D'Kyr. And, you know, like I'm saying, I'm assuming the Gneisenau as well. So here is the Leander, and if we can get a clear shot there, you can see the island indicator is up. There's a clear shot. This would definitely be a short if I can take this guy out on another Citadel hit and a destroyed ship. But yeah, doesn't look like it happened there. So lightning only struck twice there, not 3 times. But he is powering his way through the island there, and I'm just going to be patient and sit here. And there you go. We've got a clear shot, and I'm going to take the shot, and we're going to see, yeah, that's a pretty tight shot right there. And I don't recall that would, whoa, there you go. 2 Citadel hits, devastating strike. We took them out, and wow. So very accurate. This was not happening before I ranked Spock up to rank 12. So I'm not really one to start conspiracy theories about World of Warships Legends anyway. All I know is I wasn't getting the accuracy that I was used to until I ranked Spock up to rank 12. And yeah, I got him out of a replicator crate. Actually, as it turns out, you may have seen that in my replicator crate video. Yeah, Wargaming was nice enough to give the community contributors 10 replicator crates, and that is where I was able to acquire Spock from. So I had to rank him up the old-fashioned way. A lot of times when they give commanders to community contributors, it's already pre-ranked a little bit so that we can kind of go right out there and test out the ship and the commander to create a video for you guys to see what it's all about. And this time, the Vulcan embassy was not cooperating, and we did not get Spock the normal way, and we had to get Spock and the D'Kyr through those replicator crates. So yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But here we are turning out so that we're not broadside to the Lion or that other battleship right there. He's getting hammered, the Lion's getting hammered, and it's just that Hyuga that's left, along with a red team destroyer. So we're on fire a little bit, but we're not really worried at this point. We are in good shape, actually. So kind of interesting that the Hyuga is trying to go for the low percentage D'Kyr with the Jaguar commanding, and not some of these closer ships to him, which is potentially a greater risk to him. The one battleship right there that's full health, and he is gone. So the Hyuga is gone, that is, and it is just the lone destroyer. So I'm going to come around and try to go toward A. And that is, as it turns out, where that destroyer is located. So we're going to come over here and see if we can get a lucky shot on the destroyer and maybe take him out. I'm not really sure what his HP health pool situation is, but we're going to go over there anyway. And now he is spotting us, and along with my teammate over there, that other battleship, I'm assuming he is spotted as well. So 2 minutes worth of sonar here is what we've activated, and we're going to see if we can close in on A and spot the lone remaining destroyer. Not really sure where he is. I think he pops up over on the left hand side though. And yeah, 13 aircraft shot down. So I think, like I said in the specs review, the AA is pretty good, but with 40 aircraft needed for a clear sky, probably not going to be getting many clear sky medals anymore. Here comes some of the torpedoes, so now I have a better idea of where the destroyer is. Now he is detected. He's 9 kilometers away, and no doubt it's because he opened fire. The Fubuki generally has pretty good concealment. He did get us with a torpedo, and yeah, no big deal because the time ran out. So probably going to get the Fubuki on the next shot anyway. And here you go. This is a pretty good result. 584,000 silver credits, 62,500 total damage performance on 24 main gun hits, 13 aircraft shot down, 3 destroyed ships on 4 citadels. That is awesome. Since we're running epic boosters all across the board, we really maxed out our XP, global XP, and commander XP. So let's see how we did on the team result. I'm expecting a pretty good result there. We also got the devastating strike, and 3rd place overall, 2,000 XP. Not a bad showing for the D'Kyr on one of my few matches in the D'Kyr, actually. Let's see how we did on the economy tab. All right, well, there you go. That's it for my sea trials of the D'Kyr with Spock commanding. I really like the ship quite a bit. I think the graphics of the ship are completely awesome, with the glow of the engines right there in midship once you power up the engines. Yeah, if nothing else, you got to see a little bit about the ship. Let me know what you think down below. This is the Jaguar, and I'll see you on the high seas. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe if you like it.
An effective display of skill and strategy